So this is the quarter 2 lesson number 1, and it deals about direct variation. At the end of this lesson, I'll show you how to illustrate situation that involve direct variation. Also, you will be guided to translate a direct variation statement into a relationship between sa dalawang quantities, like meron tayong table of values. I'll show you how to use mathematical equation in direct variation, and also I'll be showing you how to graph for those things. Okay, so without further ado, allow me to give you this particular definition of a direct variation. So this direct variation, when the value of y varies directly, okay, when the value of y varies directly with the value of x, okay, if there exists a non-zero constant k such that y is equal to k x. So when we say varies directly, it points out na yung y is directly proportion sa ating x. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin nun? Y is being dependent, no? Nakadepende siya sa kung ano yung magiging value ng ating x. Okay? So, y is the dependent variable and x would be independent variable. And k is constant. We all know the constant, this fixed number na magdidictate din ng ating given equation here. Or, when you want to find out kung ano ba yung constant, so we have this one. K is equal to y over x. So, ang ginawa lang natin dito, we just isolate the k, or what we should say, constant. Okay? Again, k is the constant of a variation. Now, I have here this particular 3 different graphs of a direct variation. You all know how to use a graph, and this is a line. Okay, actually, a direct variation is just a line or a linear graph. Okay, the green one is the example of a direct variation where the y is equal to 2x, where yung k natin or yung constant term natin is 2, and the graph looks like this. Okay, the blue one is y equals 4x. Our k here is 4. Then the graph looks like this. By the way, ang gagawin na natin dito, pina-plug in lang naman natin kung ano yung gusto nating value ng x. Okay? So, k is our 8. K is 8. Then, the equation for this direct variation is y equals 8x. It's just like you are multiplying the constant term and the x value. Okay? So, yun lang yung parang isang observation natin for the direct variation. And with this, allow me to share this math tip for you. So, I have here the sentence word. If y varies directly as x, and we know the corresponding values of x and y, then we can find the proportionality constant k. Once k is known, wala na natin k, we can write the equation of variation and use it to determine the values or the other values of x and y. This is very important. So I will show you how it this sentence being shown here. Okay? Sabi dito, if you have the first value of y at equal yan sa k, which is the constant term, and the first value of x. Okay? Also, on the other hand, we have y, the second y is equal to the k times the second x. Okay? We can say that this y, if we want to find out yung constant k, we can just divide both sides or isolate the k by dividing both sides sa x of 1. Okay? This will show us na ang k natin is equal to y of 1 over x of 1. Okay? So that's the first k. On the other hand, we have this one. Ganun din ang gagawin natin. We will just divide x of 2, both sides. Then, we can have here k equals y of 2 over x of 2. What is our observation? We have the same k, right? Parehas ng k natin. So, ibig sabihin, when we have this one, if y of 1 is equal to k times x of 1, and y of 2 is equal to k times x of 2, therefore, y of 1, no? Y of 1 over x of 1 is equal to y of 2 over x of 2. Okay, sa madaling salita, yung first value natin ng y of 1 over x of 1, equal daw yan sa second value natin ng y of 2 over x of 2. Okay? By its definition, kasi pare-parehas na naman ng constant na yan. Okay? So, for you to be able to visualize it, allow me to present an example. Okay, so I have here the first example. The table shows the number of hours t, which is represent the time, the number of hours traveled, and the distance y traveled by a car. So here is the table. So the first row represents the number of hours traveled, which is the time. Okay, ito ay constant, like we have the first hour, second hour, third, and fourth, and fifth. Okay, sa baba, the second row would have the distance in kilometer covered. Yun naman yung y natin. So sa first hour, ang tinakbo niya is 40. The second hour, that is 80 kilometers. The third, in short, tumataas na tumataas kada isang oras. Okay, so there are 5 questions na kailangan natin i-explore. Okay, the first question, we want to show that y varies directly as t. After that, we will draw the graph of y against t. Also, we will bound to write the equation showing the relationship between y and t. The fourth one, find y when t is equal to 1.5 and t is equal to 4.25. Kapag alam mo na yung equation, kaya na natin sagutin to. And also, ganun din yung e. Find t when y is equal to 140 and y equals 260. Okay? So, ano ba ibig sabihin nitong first question? So, when we have this particular question, we want to show that y varies directly as t. Paano natin masisigurado na yung y ay varies directly as t. Okay, so pag varies directly, ibig sabihin direct proportion or direct variation sila. So ang gagawin mo lang dun, you will just find the constant term. And in finding constant term, using the table, okay, divide mo lang yung 40 here. Okay, so you will just divide the 40 dun sa t, which is the 1. Okay, so y divided by t. The first distance in kilometer, which is the y, that is 40, divided by 1, we all know that is 40, right? The second distance in kilometer, 80, divided by 2, that is 40. The third one, 120, divided by 3, that is 40 as well. 160 divided by 4, that is 40. 200 divided by 5, that is 40. What have you observed from our given table here? Yung tinakbo ng sasakyan. There is a constant term. So how can we sure na yan ay varies directly, yung y varies directly, if pare-parehas ang sagot natin dito sa third row natin. So dahil ang y over t natin is equal to 40, we all know that 40 is our constant, yung constant na nirepresent natin as k, then we can say that y varies directly as t. Yun, yung gagawin mo para masabi mong y varies directly as t or y varies directly as kung ano man yung letter na gagamitin natin dito. Okay? Gawin mo lang, i-divide mo lang si y kay x or sa t. Okay? So, that is the first example. The first question rather. Okay, the second question is we want to draw the graph of y against t. So, look at this one. Nalagay ko na yung ating third row. So, ang gagawin natin dito, I have here, syempre, mag-drawing tayo ng Cartesian plane, which is that y and x-axis. This time, yung x natin, we can replace it as t. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin dito, we will just plot the following points. So, for example, the first hour, so which is 1, the first hour, so the distance niya is 40. So, dito yan, somewhere here. Okay? Second hour, we have 2 and 80. So, we have here the second point, or location. The third would be in here. The fourth, 4, that is 160. You can see the plotted points here. And the 5, and the 200, dito 5. Katapat yan ang 200. So therefore, when we connect a line, okay, when we connect a line here, we can say na ito ay straight line. So, pagawa na lang siguro ng line dito. So, ito yung naging takbo nung sasakyan dito. Okay? So, this is how we represent a graph. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina sa first part, ang direct variation is just a linear graph. Straight line lang yun. Okay? So, it goes on and on if the number of hours continues. Okay? Also, the distance would be greater na rin kapag tumatagal yung oras. Siyempre, kapag nagdadrive ka naman ng sasakyan, di ba? Kapag tumatagal yung oras ng pagdadrive mo, mas malayo na pupuntahan mo. Okay? They are direct variation or direct proportion. Okay? When one increases, the second one increases as well. So, the third one would be write the equation showing the relationship between y and t. Okay? So, for us to write the equation, we want to know what is y over t. Okay? Y over t represents the k, or represents the constant. Y over t, that is 40, right? And we all know na ang equation natin for direct variation is y equals k x. This time, hindi natin ginamit yung x. Gumamit tayo ng t. Okay? So, therefore, ang ating equation would be y equals 40 is the k, right? Yung k dito, papalitan ko ng 40, at yung time, I'll remain it here. Okay? So, ang ibig sabihin lang nito, kapag dumadagdag yung time, nadadagdagan yung oras natin, tumataas naman daw yung distance ng 40. Okay? So, tumataas siya ng 40. So, that is the equation. So, ang gagawin natin dito, we want to find out sa fourth one, yung mga time, ay yung y, kapag yung time natin is 1.5 or 4.25. Okay? So, kanina na-build up na natin yung ating equation, which is y equals 40t, right? Ito yung nagawa natin equation. Ang gagawin natin dyan, we will just plug in these two things, or 2 times. Okay? O yung number of hours. So, if our time is 1.5 or isa't kalahating oras, then, substituting it to our original equation, 40 times 1.5, giving us 40 times 1.5, that is going to be 60 kilometers. Okay? So, ibig sabihin kapag nag-drive ka daw ng isa't kalahating oras, ang layo na pupuntahan mo is 60 kilometers na. Okay? Nasa pagitan siya somewhere ng 40 at 80. Okay? So, now, if our time is equal to 4.25, okay? So, yan, yung oras. Ano kaya yung magiging layo natin? So, then, the y, substituting it to our original equation, 40 times t, which is 4.25, okay? Multiplying these two numbers, giving us 170 kilometers. So, ibig sabihin kapag 4 na oras at may 0.25. So, siguro na mga nasa, nasa 15 minutes ba? Tama, 15 minutes. Ang layo na ng mararating mo is 170 kilometers na yung magiging distance mo. Okay? So, ganun lang yung gagawin natin for the fourth question. For our fifth task, ngayon, kapag wala naman yung time, no? At may given na 140, tas na y also we have 260, paano natin mahanap yung time? Okay? So, ganun pa rin, gagamitin pa rin natin yung original equation. Y equals 40 times time, right? If our y is equal to 140, then substituting it to our original equation, yung y papalitan natin ng 140, equals 40, ito would remain, and the time, yun ang hahanapin natin. So for us to do that, we have to isolate this particular t. So for us to do that as well, we will divide both sides by 40. Dividing it, 40 divided by 40 would be cancelled out. The remaining would be t, which is the time, equals 3.5. Okay, so paano mo nakuha yung 3.5, Sir Ice? No? 3.5. Pwede kang gumamit ng calculator at i-divide itong 140 sa 40. Ang sagot ay 3.5. Ibig sabihin, para ma-reach mo daw yung layo na 140 kilometers in distance, kailangan mo mag-drive ng 3 hours and 30 minutes or 3.5 hours. Okay? So, next is when y is equal to 260, then substituting it again to our original equation, 260 equals 40 t. Okay? Again, pinalitan ko lang ulit ng y, yung y dito sa ating original equation ng 260, dividing it both sides by 40. Okay? 40. That would isolate the t here. 260 divided by 40 will give us 6.5 hour. So, yan. Yung ating time kapag ang distance ay mga given. Before we move on to our next part of example, you can practice this particular given. Okay? So, if you can see it, no? Same lang din ang pattern na gagawin. Iba ko lang yung table. Okay? You can practice it, write it on your notebook, and answer these 5 questions. Okay? So, for our example number 2, this is the real-life application of the direct variation. So, in here, we have the problem, a worker's pay, check P, which represent the paycheck. Okay, so allow me to make this one visible for us. Okay, and the P varies directly as the number of hours H work. So, P is the paycheck. Okay, yung pera na matatanggap ng worker na to. And H is the number of hours. For working 20 hours, the payment is 1,000. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, nung nagtrabaho siya ng 40 hours, makakuha siya ng payment na 1,000 pesos. Okay? There's a problem here. We have to find the payment. Okay? Kapag nag-work naman itong worker na to ng 45 hours. So, ito yung hahanapin natin dito sa problem na to. Again, the payment represents the P. The H represents the number of hours. Okay, there is something that we need to look here. So, which is the number of, find the payment. Okay? So, in this method, allow me to revisit this particular tip na ibinigay ko sa inyo, that the first value is maybe directly proportional to the second value. Okay? So, balikan natin ito. The H here and P are in direct proportion. Okay? We can say that, sige, ilagay natin, are in direct proportion. Okay? Again, ang H natin is number of hours and P is the paycheck of this worker. Okay? And they are directly related. Okay? Bakit? Nakita niyo yung word na varies directly. Okay, so therefore, we can conclude that they are direct proportion. Okay, we can use this particular formula. So we have piece of 1 over piece of 2, that is the paycheck, the first paycheck, over the second paycheck, is equal to yung first na oras ng trabaho niya, divided by yung second na oras ng trabaho niya. Okay, so substituting it, we can let H of 1 as 20 hours. Okay, ilagay mo natin ang mga given dito. Yung piece of 1 natin, yung first payment niya, that is 1,000 pesos. Okay? And meron siya ditong second hour. Nagtrabaho naman siya ng 45 hours. Okay? Nagtrabaho siya ng 45 hours. Ang problema, hindi natin pa alam magkano kaya yung babayad sa kanya. Okay? Para magawa natin yon, gagamitin natin tong formula na to. Okay? So, substituting it to our original equation, piece of 1, that is going to be 1,000. Okay? Divided by yung piece of 2 natin, yan ang nawawala. Okay? So, yun ang hahanapin natin, yung second payment ng worker na to. And that is equal to H of 1, that is 20 hours. 20 hours. Okay? ito, lagyan natin ng peso sign para alam natin pera yan. Okay, over yung payment niya dun sa first hour, yung second hour niya ng trabaho, that is 45 hours. So, ibig sabihin, masipag tong worker na to, nagtrabaho pa siya ng 45 hours. So, magkano kaya kikitain niya? Okay? So, ang gagawin mo lang dyan, we will just cross-multiply, then divide both sides by 20. So, gawin mo, this one, yung 45 na to, multiply mo sa 1,000. For us to do that, let us use a calculator if you want to. No? Pero kasi kapag cross-multiply natin yan, ang mangyayari, no? 1,000 times 45 hours, that is 45,000 equals P sub 2 times 20, that is 20. So, ito na siya ng 20 P's of 2. Okay? So, we will divide it both sides by 20, isolating the P's of 2 para mahanap natin. Okay? Canceling this out. So, our second paycheck, now when you divide 45,000 sa 20, that would give us 2,250 pesos. So, yun yung payment ng trabahador na to na nagtrabaho. Nung una, 20 hours lang, ang nakuha niya is 1,000. Nung pangalawa, nagtrabaho siya ng 45 hours, ang nakuha niyang pera ay 2,250. Medyo lumaki. Okay? Pero mas tumagal yung kanyang trabaho. Therefore, they are directly related to each other. Yun naman kasi yung real life, di ba? Kapag mas mahaba yung trabaho mo, o yung effort na ginawa mo sa trabaho mo, then maybe bibigyan ka nila ng overtime pay, di ba? So, kagaya ng ginawa ng worker na to. Okay? So, that is the real life example of this particular given. So, I want you to try this one, a worker's paycheck. Okay? So, same lang din, pero same method, but different problem or different set of numbers. Now, you can practice it. This is practice set number 2. Okay, write your answer solution in your notebook. Copy this particular problem and write your answer in your notebook. Second quarter na to. Okay, so now for example number 3. So use a graph to find the value of velocity. Okay, this is physics, no? V is in feet over per seconds of falling body when the given time t is 5 seconds. Use the variation equation V equals 10. Related graph is a line. Okay, syempre, direct variation yan. Therefore, we need only 2 points to construct it. Now, to get those 2 points, ang gawin na natin, mag-assign tayo ng dalawang values for t. Okay? So, ang sabi kasi dito, ang equation na gagamitin natin for variation is V equals 10t. Okay? So, ang una natin gagawin is, when t is equal to 1, okay, then by substitution, we can see that V is equal to 10 times 1. Ginamit natin itong original equation na to. Okay? So, therefore, we can say na ang V natin, the first velocity is equal to 10. Okay? Because 10 times 1, that is equal to 10. So, meron tayong first V. So, when we plot it in our graph here on the left side, ito yung first, second natin. So, angat lang tayo, tatapatan na natin yung 10. So, dito yan. The first point. Okay. Also, we have t equals 2. So, if t is equal to 2, then by substitution, once again, V is equal to 10 times 2. Then, we have the velocity of 20. Okay, so we have 2 seconds here. Angat tayo. Tatapatan niya yung 20 na velocity dito. Ayan. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang coordinates, 1 and 10. Also, ito yun, no? 1 and 10. We have also 2 and 20, respectively. So the graph is shown here sa left side natin. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin is to locate naman, no? Sabi dito, to locate yung 5 seconds. No? Hanapin daw natin yung velocity nun. So para mahanap natin, our t would be 5. If our t is equal to 5, then the velocity is, by definition, our formula is 10 times 5, which is the time. Then it would become v is equal to 50. Our velocity would be 50. Therefore, our coordinating points is 5, then 50. So, saan makikita yun? Ito yung 5 seconds, and angat tayo ng 5. Ito, tinapatan yung 50. And we all know that direct variation is a line. So, it is extended infinitely. Depende sa kung anong gusto ninyo. So, this is the graph. It looks like. Okay? We can be able to see the graph. No? Actually, kahit extend mo na lang ito, dumayo tayo yung 2 points. Sabi kasi use the graph eh. So, pag in-extend mo lang yung straight yan, tatama talaga yan dito sa ano. Yung 5 seconds natin, yan, ito, di ba? Pag inangat natin yan, tumama yung point na yon sa ating line graph, then, tatapatan niya lang yung 50. Automatic yon. So, ito yung hinahanap natin. Yung hinahanap natin is 5 and 50. Using the graph, no, we can say na mahahanap din natin yung velocity ng ating mismong given time. Okay? Kapag given na yung time at yung graph, mahanap natin yung velocity doon. Okay, so parang ginamitan dito yung mismo equation para hindi na tayo mas mahirapan. Okay, so if with that, allow me to share this practice makes progress number 3. Okay, again, write it on your notebook and use this particular method to basically find this answer. Okay, so let's move on to the second part of our discussion. This discussion gives us another way of visualizing direct variation. And this time, ito ay power na. Okay, so may power means there is an exponent, right? So there's a definition here. Sabi sa direct variation as a power, the value of y direct the value of y varies directly as the power of x. Okay? If there exists a non-zero real number k such that y is equal to kx raised to n. So this is going to be the equation that we will be using. And an example of this is a circle. Okay? So yung circle na to, nakadepende to sa laki ng radius. Okay? And the formula of this circle is a, the area, is equal to the pi, which is, ito ay may equivalent number, times r squared. The r squared is the radius. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pag lumalaki daw yung radius ng circle, imagine niyo yung circle. Pag lumalaki siya, no? Pag lumalaki yung circle natin, ibig sabihin, yung radius din natin ay lumalaki din. Okay? So, nakadepende ang area sa laki din ng radius na meron tayo dito. So, it's like here, the constant is the pi, and the x is the radius, and the n is the square. Okay? So, allow me to share this particular example. Ito na yung kay Newton, the free fall, no? Here, the distance of a body falls from rest is directly proportional to the square of the time it falls. Sabi kasi nila, kapag daw may dalawang object, neglect natin yung air resistance. Kapag binagsak daw natin dalawang object, kahit yung isa feather lang, kunyari magaan yung feather, di ba? And then yung isa mabigat, like hammer, no? Kapag walang air, ibig sabihin daw, regardless of their weight, sabay daw silang babagsak. Okay? So, dito, we have this particular given, no? If an object falls 20 meters in 2 seconds, how far will it fall in 8 seconds? Okay? Since d, and also we have t, okay? D is the distance, and t is the time, okay? Are in direct proportion. They are direct proportion. Okay, direct proportion. In-establish na natin yung fact na direct proportion sila or direct variation sila. Then we can see that, balikan natin yung kanina, no? We can see that the d's of 1, the first distance over the second distance, okay, is equal to the time, the first yung time, unang time, squared over yung pangalawang time squared. Bakit may squared? Because ang sabi dito, the time of this particular given, square of the time it falls. So, ibig sabihin, dumodoble, no? So, here, we have this particular given. The first distance would be, this one is d sub 1. Okay, this one is the first distance. Also, yung first distance na yan, nag-fall yan sa time ng 2 seconds. That is the first distance. And ang hinahanap, yung pangalawang distance, how far represents the distance number 2. Okay? Will it fall in 8 seconds? No? Kung meron kang 8 seconds now, gaano daw kalayo yung distance na yon? Okay? So, imagine nyo yun, no? Mas malayo itong 8 seconds. So, ibig sabihin, expect natin na mas malayo itong distance number 2 na to. And this is the equation that we need to use. Okay? For us to do that, we can say na ang distance 1 natin, that is 20. So, we can write 20 here. And over yan sa distance number 2. Yung distance number 2 natin, ito yung hinahanap natin. Distance number 2. Okay. So, the time, the first, yung time natin, kasi yung distance number 1, ang time niya is 2 seconds. Okay? Quantity squared. May squared dyan. How far will it fall? So, ibig sabihin, in 8 seconds naman yung ating time number 2. So, we have 8 seconds squared. Okay, so simplifying this one, first is we need to establish the fact na kailangan muna nating simplify itong, so bababa ko lang ito ng konti para mas ma-imagine natin. Okay, so simplify natin itong 2 squared muna. So we have 20 over d sub 2. 2 squared, that is 4. Over 8 squared, that is 64. Okay, so in here, we can apply cross multiplication, then divide both sides by 4. 64 times 20. So when we multiply 64 times 20, the result would be 1,000. Okay, ito ko nalagay, 1,280. Okay, 1,280. Also, on the right-hand side, we have d sub 2 times 4. We have 4 d of 2. Okay, dividing both sides by 4 to isolate the distance or the second distance. Okay, giving us the second distance is equivalent to, pag divide natin yan sa 4, that is going to be 320. Okay, so yung layo daw ng second distance, that is 320 meters. Okay, so ibig sabihin, nung lumayo na yung 8 seconds, yung lumayo na yung time, tumagal yung time, mas malayo na yung distance natin. Ang distance is 320. So parang kung imagine niyo, in 2 seconds, ito lang yung mismong distance niya. Okay, so yung object, kunyari yung apple, nahulog yan, no? Nahulog yan papunta sa baba. In 8 seconds, no, mas lumayo yung ating distance. Okay, 8 seconds yung fall, ito yung object, mas malayo na yung distance niya. Okay, so that is how we find the first given. Okay, so now, this is the second problem for this particular given, no? Kanina, no, ang nakuha natin is yung first distance is 20 and it takes 2 seconds to do that. We will be using it, no? We can establish the fact na ang distance and time are in direct proportion. So we can use d's of 1, the first distance, over the second distance equals the t's of 1, ito yung unang time, over the second time, which is this t's of 2. Okay, so yung d's of 1 natin kanina, no? Alam natin yung d's of 1, that is 20 meters, right? And it takes 2 seconds to do that. Okay? This time, sabi, an object was dropped from a height, may binigay na distance, which is 405 meters. And you have to find the time it took for the object to hit the ground. Okay? Again, this one is the second distance. This one is the second time. Okay? So, simplifying it using the original given here, in this one natin, that is 20 meters, all over this of 2, that is the second distance, 405 meters. And that is equal to the first time, that is 2 seconds. Okay? The second time, this is 1, this is 2 seconds squared. Yung second time natin, ito yung hahanapin natin ngayon. Okay? So, now, simplifying this one, 2 squared muna, we have 20 over 405 equals 4 over t of 2 quantity squared. Okay? So, ina, no? Na-simplify na natin yung 2 squared. And then, cross multiplication, t of 2, that is going to be t of 2 times 20, that is 20 t of 2 squared equals 405 times 4. So that is 405 times 4. So when we multiply it, that is 1,620. Okay, dividing it both sides by 20 para ma-isolate natin yung second time na may squared pa, giving us t squared, quantity squared, that is 1,620 divided by 20, that is 81. Okay? Yung 1620 divide by 20, that is 81. Okay? So, ito may squared pa. Okay? So, para ma-remove mo yung squared, you will just simplify it using square root principle. Apply mo yung square root principle, remove yung squared dyan, yung t squared yung matitira dyan, and then get the square root of, square root of 81. There are two possible answers. Okay? Positive, square root of 81, that is 9. And 9 na lang kunin natin because we are referring to the time, because pag sinabing time, there is no negative time. So, ibig sabihin, ang time para mahulog yung object sa ground ay 9 seconds. Okay? So, this is what we are looking for. Kapag ang distance ay given na 405, using the previous example or given, we can find the time or the second time. Okay? So, I believe this is the 4 examples that are beneficial for the upcoming exercises na gagawin natin sa ating classroom for the direct variation. And if you want to learn more, we will be having an exercises, the vocabulary and concepts, practice and application for me to try and test your skills in this particular matter. Okay? See you sa ating classroom.